"No need to demand anything," said the voice coming up behind them. They turned to see Captain Geralt, standing with his guards. King Liam requested the company of the princes in the throne room. "The princes only," he added, as the advisors tried to join them. Romid was not happy about that at all, but he hid his displeasure and turned to look at Prince Grayson. Prince Grayson nodded. Romid left the garden. The other advisors voiced their disapproval, but Captain Geralt was not moved by their entreaties. Slowly they all left also, leaving their princes alone to face the king. After they had all left, Captain Geralt turned and headed towards the throne room. He didn't look to see if the princes were all following him. He knew that they would. 2 of the soldiers walked directly behind their captain. The rest of them followed behind the princes. The doors of the throne room were already open. They walked in to find King Liam standing before his throne in a welcoming manner. He stood patiently and calmly as the princes lined up before him. Captain Geralt had already filled King Liam in about the grumbling demands of the princes. He had also informed him that Prince Duro was not any part of wanting to declare war against Ilarion. That was no surprise to King Liam. King Ferric and he had been on good terms for quite a long time. What did surprise King Liam was that Prince Grayson had walked into the room with the rest of the disgruntled princes. Captain Geralt had informed him earlier that Prince Grayson was not a part of this. King Liam was not happy to see that he had been misinformed. There was one prince who had been invited to attend the ball and wasn't present at the moment. That was Prince Kern. The only thing he could complain about was that she had ignored him during her rampage at the ball. A person isn't usually happy about being ignored, but this was definitely one of those exceptions. At least Princess Ebony hadn't insulted every prince, King Liam thought gratefully. King Liam had no desire to go to war with anyone because of the impropriety the actions of Princess Ebony had displayed. He was hoping that he could come to terms with the angry princes and avoid a costly war with half of the continent. He wanted peace. If he had not, he would never have signed a treaty with Paroria. Prince Grayson bowed first. Prince Duro quickly followed his example. The other princes, who were still angry, slowly complied with decorum. Prince Idris was the last to show his respect to the king. This did not go unnoticed by Prince Grayson. King Liam spoke as soon as the last prince had shown homage to him. "I hear that you are displeased with the way the Princess of Ilarion treated you, a guest of my nation, by invitation of my own hand. I want to apologize to you right now on behalf of the princess as well as myself. I assure you that she will face consequences for her actions. But that still does not rectify how she has treated you. How may I recompense you for this grave violation of the honor you are due as representatives of your great nations?" King Liam said humbly. Prince Duro spoke up first. "Sire, I am sure that Captain Geralt has informed you that some of the princes standing in front of you in this room have wanted retribution because of the ill treatment they suffered at the hands of Princess Ebony last night. Some have even mentioned that they want war. It is obvious," said Prince Grayson, "that you are a man who desires peace. You have proven that not only are you a good king, but you are also a good man. An evil man would have used his power and had every prince slaughtered here and their advisors if they had chosen to, and let the pieces fall where they may. But instead you offer peace and compensation." King Liam smiled. "If I had done that, I would have been at war with all of these nations as soon as none of you had arrived home. But I am tired of war, and I am interested to know what you are willing to work out with me. Normally during negotiations, someone doesn't show their hand so easily." But King Liam was more concerned about what was going to happen with his daughter. He just wanted to get the princes out of Ilarion and out of his hair. Prince Duro nodded at King Liam. "Thank you, sire. It is most appreciated how you desire to rectify this matter as quickly as possible. During the course of our discussion in the garden, it was suggested by Prince Grayson's advisor that we ask for reparations for the damage that was inflicted on us and our reputation by the horrible actions of your daughter, Princess Ebony," said Prince Duro, wanting to give credit where it was due, instead of declaring war as some others suggested. "So did you come to an agreement?" asked King Liam matter-of-factly. Prince Grayson smiled. "Yes, sire. We have agreed that we will each present what we think would be fair for our own nation as compensation. We didn't agree to anything specifically, except that. But there is no need for any treaties to be broken today. There is no need for war." King Liam smiled gratefully and clapped his hands once loudly. Then let's get to this and then get you safely home. Who will start? Prince Tai stepped forward and bowed deeply before King Liam. If I may, sire, may I request that the debt owed to Ilarion by Arcana be totally forgiven. King Liam looked at the young prince expectantly. How much does Arcana owe to us? Prince Tai bowed his head. I am not exactly sure, sire. This was not planned. I had no idea that we were going to be in this predicament. And a predicament it is, sighed King Liam. He turned to Captain Geralt, who was standing in the front with the princes. Go summon my chief accountant. Tell him to bring the scrolls that give an account of the debt owed to Ilarion by Arcana. Yes, my king. Captain Geralt left the throne room. King Liam spoke to Prince Tai. I think this may be an arrangement that we can come to, but I want to be sure of how much I am granting you. I will speak to the next prince while we wait. Who will be next? Prince Idris took a small step forward. His demeanor was still defiant, but as the king stared him down, he cowered just a little. King Liam smiled mischievously. What may I do for you to guarantee peace with Drago? He asked. The bluster melted away out of Prince Idris. I want the 60,000 gold pieces and the 100 silver pieces that you offered to anyone who would take the princess and marry her. I chose to take that money and leave without her. Granted. King Liam laughed to himself at how foolish the young prince was. He would have given much more in gold to keep peace with Dragos. It wasn't that Dragos was a powerful nation. It was the fact that it was steeped in dragon history, and King Liam did not want to have to fight 4 nations at one time. There is nothing I want, Prince Grayson remarked to Radion thoughtfully as he watched the chief accountant of Ilarion walk up to the king. There is nothing I want except for my mate. You will come together in time, Radion said. I think I remember a promise to a certain servant girl. Request that she accompany us back to Pyroria. We will have to watch how things play out with Princess Ebony and make the best decisions concerning her as much as we can with the information we are given as events unfold. But, Prince Grayson protested. Trust me, insisted Radion. I sense very strongly that Bella has a part to play in the future. I need you to secure her freedom. I am so tired of you telling me to trust you. Prince Grayson sighed. I will do what you are asking. But don't you think that the king will find this request a little strange? Considering how the men in Ilarion treat women, he probably won't think it strange. He will probably think you are a love-struck idiot who wants to take a beautiful young girl home to be a servant in your own castle. After all the demands of the other princes, he will probably be grateful if that is all you have asked for, replied Radion. If that is what you want him to think, you will have to deal with Nova, chuckled Prince Grayson. Prince Grayson turned his attention back to King Liam and Prince Tai. He heard King Liam say, I will agree to the terms that you have set forth. The debt that is owed by Arcana is not as steep as I thought it might be. If this satisfies the compensation you seek, then my chief accountant will write a receipt that your debt is paid in full. You may take that scroll back with you to Arcana and present it to King Balim. Thank you, sire, beamed Prince Tai. Who's next? Asked King Liam. How about you, Prince Adrian? I have known you for years. What would satisfy the Prince of Cypher? King Liam was a little worried about having a war with Cypher. The closest shipping ports that he had access to were owned in that coastal country. Prince Adrian looked at the king sheepishly before he bowed his head and spoke, raising his head to look King Liam in the eyes. Sire, he began, we have always had a very good relationship between our 2 nations. I must admit that I do not remember the events that took place last night, so I only know what I have been told. Truthfully, it seems that I didn't actually act appropriately myself. If you refrain from telling my father of my behavior here as your guest, I think we will be even. King Liam laughed and walked down the steps and placed his arm around the young prince. As a token of my esteem of you, and the relationship that we have maintained as neighboring nations, I am giving you any boon that you will request of me, within reason of course when it is needed. Take your time. I will be there for Cypher when you need me. Thank you, Prince Adrian. When we need your help, Cypher will call on you. King Liam stepped back up where he had been standing previously. Prince Duro, what is your request? Prince Duro smiled. He bowed his head respectfully. King Liam, I would be interested if we could reach better terms on the pricing of the timber that we purchase from you. Done, exclaimed King Liam. Meet with my chief accountant and work out the terms to your satisfaction. And you, Prince Grayson, what will you ask of me? Prince Grayson nodded his head respectfully in the same manner that his cousin had. Sire, I hope that you don't find this request offensive. I request that you allow me to take the servant girl Bella back with me to Peroria. I have grown very fond of her. King Liam laughed. He felt that he had gotten the better end of all the dealings he had done with the princes. Consider it done, he smiled. The princes were satisfied with the arrangements they had made with King Liam. They took their leave of the king. Prince Tai thanked Prince Grayson for the wisdom that Roman had used when coming up with a solution for retribution better than war, before he took his leave. Prince Idris left immediately without a word to any of them. Prince Grayson said his farewells to Prince Duro. "You are not leaving yet?" asked his cousin. Prince Grayson laughed. "We will shortly. I have not eaten yet. And who knows if Eliaster has awakened from his much-needed beauty sleep?" The cousins had a couple of more laughs together before Prince Duro headed off to speak with the chief accountant before joining his companions and getting back to the caravan that would be returning them to their ships in Cypher. Prince Grayson headed to the garden where the princes had met, hoping he could find his way back to his quarters from there. He noticed a dragon approaching the castle. It was wobbly, looking as if it were severely wounded. It dropped into the courtyard next to the garden before shifting, revealing a very bruised soldier. He started yelling for Captain Geralt. Once he appeared, the soldier started screaming, "King Liam! Get me King Liam! Princess Ebony is totally out of control." "That must be Davin," said Rodion. Nova said they saw him flying past them. "They are walking slowly back to the castle." Prince Grayson shook his head. "Things are just getting better and better around here," he said sarcastically.